Good morning. My friend Kirk Talley asked if I would do a little cooking for You Gotta Try It. And I thought about all the things I could make, and I thought, you know what? I have the most fun in the kitchen when I have Jeff Easter with me. So we decided we would do something fun. Simple but fun. Pancakes, eggs, sausage, and then we will be eating them after the video.
And we're definitely going to be going to have breakfast, and it's already past our breakfast time. So the George Foreman grill here, a lot of people don't know George Foreman was the original bass singer for the Cathedral Quartet. Right before George Yonts, it was George Foreman.
You see why I invited him now, right?
So George Foreman grill, it takes like 5 minutes to warm it up, so I'm going to get it started. Okay. You go ahead, Miss Sheri.
I will. I have my Bisquick pancake mix because it's what my kids always preferred. I have my cup of milk.
Is that regular milk? What kind of milk you got there?
It's actually skim because we do skim around here. I actually do almond,
you do?
But they don't like that.
Have you ever tried almond in your pancakes?
No.
I bet that'd be good.
I'll try it. And then a couple of eggs.
You gotta crack some eggs and make real mayonnaise.
That's what they say.
That's what Rabbit says.
And
my pants are burning over
here. Speaking of family.
I smell something burning in me. Go ahead, baby.
Speaking of family, Morgan, when she was little, she used to request every morning pancakes. And so that's what I decided I would be making this morning.
There's not much butter to put in the pan.
I just always put whatever covers it. And little Jeffrey, his specialty is fried eggs. And he loves to flip them, right, baby?
Well, I got a new frying pan. I love to flip them. Richard Brown at Huddle House taught me how to flip eggs. And my boy Josh was down last week. Impressed me. The last time I flipped eggs on here, I hadn't been, it wasn't very well.
Been sticking some?
Yeah, so waiting on my butter. Butter makes everything taste good.
Yes, it does. Yes, it does.
Now I got to turn my pan up now. We're talking about people that like to talk and after they say, Let's see, I probably should have had the egg a lot hotter. The pan a lot hotter than what it is. It's smoking though. That's a good sign.
But you've come a long way, baby. I remember when we first got married, one of the first things I ever saw you cook was a can of soup. Yes. Campbell's soup. And you really didn't know that you were supposed to put the water in the condensed soup to make it. So you've come a long way, baby.
Yeah, it ain't as good like that. Y'all hear Charlie?
Charlie is Mara's bird. He's a green cheek conure, and he talks to us all the time.
Now, my daddy was a cook. My mom was not a cook. My daddy was. If anybody's heard our testimony, her daddy's testimony, you know, he spent a little time in county prison, and he became the cook in prison. That's where he learned to cook, and so there you go.
Now, my mom and daddy both like to cook. My daddy was famous for his chili and his fish and his salmon stews and things like that. Anything. He was a hunter. So he loved to fix anything like that. And my mama was kind of like my grandma and my aunts. She could cook anything. And I tell Jeff I think cooking is genetic because I never did get to cook a whole lot. And I actually do pretty good, don't I, Jeff?
Oh, yeah.
Never had to throw anything out.
You cooked that one first meal for me and Addison, wasn't it? And you dropped... You were serving it and it fell off the plate.
I was actually walking from the kitchen into the dining room. It fell off the plate. And let me tell you how good these two men were. It was Addison, a good friend of ours, that was helping Jeff build on to our porch. And they both looked at me at the same time and said, just put them all back in the pan, cook them a little bit longer, and we won't know who gets the one that fell on the floor.
We like it that way. Hey, Bandit, no bark. Hey, I was going to tell y'all, I was talking about my daddy in prison. I need to make that clear. Daddy wasn't a mean guy. He just got into a lot of trouble, but that's where he learned to cook.
Mischievous.
So the other day, we were somewhere, and they were honoring the servicemen and women. And Sheri and I were sitting on the front row, and, you know, her dad served our country. He was
in the Army.
He was in the Army. And so Sheri stands up real proud, and when she sits back down, I'm like, well, my daddy served.
Wrong kind of serving.
So I didn't get to stand up.
But
Hey,
no,
Dave.
James was the kind. This is my favorite story about James. He just basically saw
Bandit.
a means to an end a lot of times. Like if he wanted to go somewhere and he didn't have a car, he would just borrow the neighbor's car. And we were on stage one night, and Jeff was telling that he said, Daddy stole a car. And he said, I didn't steal it, I just borrowed it. And he cut his eyes around at me, and he said, and I borrowed the gas too.
That's funny.
But yeah, he served what, a year or two?
Yeah, not long. They let him off on good behavior, just like me.
Oh my, no, I don't know about that.
Yeah, I ain't never been in jail. I ain't never stole nothing.
But my heart,
Okay, here we go. Ready to flip. I don't know if I'm on camera or not, but
I'm gonna be flipping too.
you gotta commit. You gotta commit. Chase a rabbit. Chase a rabbit. Boo!
Woohoo!
Ah, now busted the yellow. Dad burn it.
But that can be mine because I like my yellow done. Make that one mine. I'm gonna help you out like you helped me out.
I hear you.
I'm trying to get flipped quick enough,
They're
baby.
doing good.
I know that they gonna start burning if I don't get them flipped.
Hey, what about our $19 grill we got at Walmart?
Well, let me tell them that little story. I had an oven when we first did our kitchen that had the griddle and everything, and oh, my kids every morning wanted pancakes, and so I made them pancakes every morning. And then I ended up redoing my kitchen a few years ago and thought I didn't need the griddle. You need a griddle to do pancakes. It's the only way you can keep the temperature steady.
And so we're doing this for what? You gotta eat it or you gotta taste it?
You gotta try it.
You gotta try it.
So you gotta try it. It may not necessarily be you gotta try pancakes and fried eggs and sausage, but you gotta try cooking in the kitchen with Jeff Easter.
Yeah.
Because he keeps things.
And Kurt
fun.
Talley hosts the show, right?
Well, he's got the channel, I think. That's
So
you
the
know,
fun
he's
thing
got.
about Kurt Talley, let me tell you, when Brian Carter first came with our group, now you think I'm red? Brian Carter was our guitar player. If you go back and watch the Gaither video we did Sweet Home Alabama, that's Brian Carter from Alabama. We're talking backwoods of Alabama. Look at that. So we were singing with Kurt Talley, was doing solo dates. And Kurt went with us to get Brian some shoes. Now you talk about a trip. That was fun. We had a ball. Kurt's still one of my favorite singers.
I'm telling you. He can throw
We never
it.
recorded one of Kurt's songs, did we?
Hmm?
Did we ever record any Kurt song?
I don't know if he ever pitched me anything. Don't know about that. Kirk, did you pitch me anything?
You want 2 eggs or 1?
I just want the one.
Alright, I gotta cook. Morgan and Landon's on their way over. And we are recording this on Mother's Day morning. So happy Mother's Day, Sheri.
Happy Mother's Day to all the mamas out there and to me.
Wendell Smith says Sheri.
Sheri.
See, now look at that pan. She done got hot now. Let me turn it back up. If I can flip an egg without breaking the yellow. You see, my son-in-law Landon first said he wanted a fried egg. I guess he found out I was frying it and he said, "No, I'm good." Hey, I do have a question. We're too late now. I done cooked it. But these new skillets that have the slick bottoms, are you supposed to put butter on them still?
Well, they say non-stick, but everything I ever cook sticks.
I should try without the butter. I like the spray
That's
too.
how you learn. You just try.
So you cooking another one?
Well, there was one left.
Ooh, I better check my sausage. Turkey sausage, tell me about that, baby.
We love turkey sausage. About 5 years ago, I stopped eating beef and pork. I love it. I know. Think about not having a hamburger. Think about not having filet mignon. Think about not having bacon and sausage, and I love it all. But it didn't love me so much, so I stopped eating it 5 years ago, and my husband has been gracious enough to go to turkey substitutes. And,
It's all, I can tell, I like it better. It's not as greasy.
not as greasy.
Makes me so skinny. You know, I'm really not this big. It's just a camera. A camera add 10 pounds to you.
It'll add 10 pounds to you.
Go ahead and say it.
How many cameras you got on you?
So this would have been our Sunday morning. We'd be down listening to my daddy preach right now.
Yep. This would have been our homecoming. And while I'm here, I'm going to do a really not shameless plug. We have our homecoming every Mother's Day weekend. Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Every year. This would have been our 12th annual. We were not able to have it because of COVID-19, but we would love to invite you guys to come next year. We're going to have Jimmy Fortune with us. We're going to have Karen Peck with us and one other group. And we haven't confirmed that yet, so we're going to have to tell you about that later. But we want to encourage you to be here. Mother's Day weekend 2021. We have it here at the Lewis Family Home Place, and we have a ball. We just have a wonderful time. Always a lot of friends and volunteers come in and help us put it together.
Yes, and normally at this time, Miss Peggy Fawcett this is her world.
This is her world.
Now you talk about
I give her my kitchen when she shows up.
Woo! Miss Peggy!
And then we have all of our friends come in, and we have a wonderful event. And Jeff's daddy always comes in and preaches the Sunday morning service as all the campers are leaving out to go home. It's kind of like end of camp week.
Yep.
How's your cooking doing? You about on
They
your
say
last
have the
egg?
eggs. They good. They do.
No, I really was. I don't know what all you're cooking over there. I know your
finished.
sausage
I'm
and your
gonna
eggs.
try to flip another egg without breaking
Well,
it.
I got my last pancake, and then I'm out of business for this morning.
Well, Morgan and Landon called and let us know they're starting low carbs this morning after we cooked pancakes.
So
That's it. That's your last one.
that's mine.
Well, I got these eggs to flip. Let's see. Who's going to vote that I don't bust the yellow?
You don't usually bust
I know,
it.
but this pan is so heavy I can't control it.
I
Man.
know. You did have a smaller one. Remember that? Your really good one was
But
not
it
that
don't-
size.
Well, it don't work off. What's this called? An induction oven?
Well, yeah, you got to have the magnetic
Well, here's the word.
pans.
Icon. It's electric. Whatever it is.
But in other words, your other skillet was like a little 8-inch, right?
Yes.
And that made the difference.
What's this called? Come here, baby. Look.
That's just infinite. That's just the
Oh.
name of this stove. But I know what you mean.
Something smells funny. You smell it? It's like something's cooking. Ain't supposed to be cooking. Hold on.
Well, I'd say my
All right.
pancakes are perfection and they're done.
I'm ready to flip. You don't think it'd be a bad egg, do you?
Oh, no.
Look at there.
Not busted. Look at there. Look
Whoa!
At that. Woo.
I think it did bust.
Braggart.
So what else?
That's it.
Thank y'all for having us on cooking, and hopefully, we got
You
our
gotta
grill.
try it.
We got our grill outside.
Yeah.
Tell them about my steaks and
Oh,
turkey
yeah.
burgers.
He does good steaks and turkey burgers. He's gotten really good. Maybe he'll give that to you sometimes, Kurt. We love you. We appreciate each and every one of you. And pancakes and eggs and sausage in the kitchen with Jeff Easter. You got to try it.